So can you talk a little bit more about the organization and what they do specifically to get in and help?
Yeah, so Hope for Justice it does a couple things. The thing that I'm very interested in right now is they have a branch of their company that has an operation called Slave Free Alliance, where they do supply chain investigation for large corporations to make sure that the corporations that their work that to give them a stamp of approval that the investigation's been done in their supply chain, and they don't have any slaves working in their supply chain. So that's not sex exploitation, but it's still part of freeing slaves. They have safe houses in Africa, in Cambodia, and they have an operation here in Nashville, where they have some very high level people that do investigations into people that are exploiting children, to create the cases to get them convicted. Right? They rescue, and I don't want to say rescuing is hard enough, but it's easy compared to what you have to do after you rescue them, right? If you don't have a place for them to land after they're rescued, to where they can get the healing therapy that they need, then they just get recycled back into that world again, right? So they're big on awareness, they're big on public policy, and they're on the streets just making things happen everywhere.
And so if someone was seeking to get involved, donation is a great way, because I'm estimating it takes a fair amount of funds to do all of the things that they're doing.
It does. And I don't know what it costs per dollar to save kids. But I know that funds are an issue. I know that volunteers are always wanted and needed in some capacity, and awareness and support.
Okay. Do they ever need materials, supplies, or anything like that as they're bringing people back into the fold?
Yeah, that's a good question, and I don't know the answer to that, but I think the website could speak to, basically, it has a section of how can you serve, where can you serve, right? And then, it'll give you all those options, and then you can plug yourself in.
Okay, and the website again?
hopeforjustice.com.
Okay, perfect. We'll make sure that it's like all over the place too. So all someone has to do is click the link and go straight there.
Yes. Yeah. So thank you for talking about that for a majority of our conversation, because it's the thing that I love. I hate talking about the most, but I love sharing as much information as I can with what I know, to help get people involved where they don't even know that they have an entry point, right?
Yeah. Well, and I would offer, even once we started talking, it was one of those things that when I started going out and researching just so I could be educated about it, there's not nearly as much out there in this area as there is on like cancer research and all of these other things that are very predominant. But this is such an epidemic in and of itself that there should be. So we need to start voicing it. We need to start making it as much of a topic as anything else, because, you and I have talked about this. There is this parental thing that goes on when you are just so connected to your children that you cannot imagine what it would be like if something happened to them. And I know so many parents feel the same way. So for that to not be a topic, and there not to be more education to protect your children in this way, that is just in your face constantly.
Yeah,
we need to make this more on the forefront.
absolutely. Yep. I'm all for it.
I'm grateful that you're bringing it out there.